And 70 munchie mudie ewusia bebre currently on the internet say we so ne ha na we so ne ha asem we see we court there ye dey done politics to the extent say most of the bloggers and journalists even TV stations say what Ghana no say am no ka say dey onim so what Ghana TV station radio station ni mu ache we yi nanim so MPP na we yi nanim so is fine, it is good, but matters be see asem we see we court we be chichi mu a you party sem no eto abonten fato nchen the chichi mu sendie court no esi wo hodomo pepepe and obi a wa K1ng Ghana che bi anim say when it comes to court detailing there kai e benya wo che me a papa mu ama Ghana fu gina enso enya eye emunche mu ye no nsem ni sise ya ye mfa mantamu ye tema de obi a pese o ka bi enche mu obi a pese o che mu bia o de munye ibenya wacha hwehwe no kore no apenkrata do e de abechire because Ghanaians deserve to know the truth in terms of cases we say. What does I say? Now before I bebe room no mamenka ensem yedu bi nche was all the two quote dwum ni witrim shane so 2 words pe omuta you should no court pa ibehie sansem we ti mesho say what is our ensem we ebeto eyewuchi because currently as I'm talking to you ebinim cheche mo de bo mo say Kennedy Agyapong case no there was a verdict judge ne pass a verdict what the judgment by see we di asem no awie ebinim say oh Anas obwa judge ne fa verdict bi Anas on pass judgment bi so Anas ni team nyina ba bi ka sansem no a true na omutu nsem no kra share that no that is 28 days aka edi enimu no what ana court no na judge no betina so no the verdict about one thing hansen we are here to tell about thing no no krana the krebe and the womb. Now the two words I'm a person sharing so emma one the word verdict say a case court a pass a verdict a judge a pass a verdict general saying basically means wa pass a judgment in a simple layman's definition abeti as ye pa no court no anasa judge ne tena ensem no or the final say about one thing so that final say no it could be say we edi nkunim anasa we ana edi nkunim anasa we edi nkuku we edi nkunim so final say no a be free judgment ni mu aba na be free judgment no aba when your friends said there have been a judgment so what they said there was a verdict be no verdict be as a trade no. And Komano, was there a verdict? You boy asem na wie in simple terms tree and I am one asem na wie. Another word I'll be say shia e won krata metwa to screen so. That machichi this time because of the document the doors inti. And ya fe na mebe kind, you know debi. Mechichi mu chi directly. But the document the better to screen so as proof. When we say everything na the brain will be legitimate source, credibility. 100%. Now let me take it over again. So the second thing I'm a person to team damages. Yes, fatu team the best share that word in the pa damages. Share damages are damages you know so ejina ho emma after the verdict you know court no edi emwaye and our transam so the final say ba bontin say we na edi nkunim we na edi nkuku no ne wono ni di nkunim no dia ne dia ana obi say free di odi nkuku no say ebia nsem no kopie mu no te say Ken Anasi na eja Anasi say Ken Defamation no ha no bone nimtia wo kwan bebre so de ntro atoto no so no yehwe mu ne ehu se bia Anasi dibem Anasi timi busa court ne se court ne ngi we ni we free Ken ho because Ken didn't go through those situations no ne wo fa mu ni nti wo pehu mu ade sika bi ana bibi e de as a reward as I say e de console eye ne ho e de apata enoma bebre chi sa na e beka no eno ehu sika Anasa nooma enchecheye was a the case no so obeye ama the win case no and no your friend say o pay for damages utipa ade bia wa damage we nipa na brabo since I also say o defame no hu sika a obetua no eno ho nkomo and so and around this word I better shia pa I friend no damages it fatu chim shia verdict it means court no the final say or the buy damages and then it means we are going to speak about the ono so far you know I who say we di enkonim no maybe you di nkukuo no edit to no so chekere to no so no amana bre ho no aha no na brabo I know your friend said damages are AC and when I brab Maffei. Be simo. Na yenkɔ kakra medical culture say a year letters in krata and dorso mebo edoma no do no am tofa na ensem no kopie mu e wo court. The first thing our court ebusa Anas Aremeyaw eni obusa Anas Aremeyaw say Anas free Ghana Africa ana ma be pie mu America ha si ye hwɛ ne nka mo nsɛm am court ne ntia because already court ne nim say moko kan no Ghana no there have been 2 cases already Ken Edin Kudim High Court Anas odini ko pie mu ho Ken din Kudim Emma High Court okra de ensem sisi ye no na bebre court no evidence ni na go because it has to be provided to help judge know what you say ho no na wo hu nsem ni mu ye atimi edi nsem no enti no court ni bisa say Japan edi nkunim on all these situations cases events no wadi eye nkunim enti ade ebe nti ana court case aya settle awie High Court Supreme Court assettle awie Anas Aremeyaw osade be pie mu e wo USA. In fact at the ground at USA because there are a lot of places in Africa. Ghana edi, Africa edi. There are a lot of places in Africa. But at the inti, and the case ni by USC and can with USA. And I'm sure I said most of the people who came to they were also asking the same question. Say, at the ground a court case nobody copy mu America. The court was asking again the same question. And I'm saying Anas and I didn't say copy mu court into. That was so in some no. And the answer or the Maya in the first thing Anas said, Gentia, if we are Siakudu, Grobe, we are seeing. There's made me KC, I dear we that 2 times. Eba a Americano. Did kind and say, I am me Anas, Aremeyaw Anas. Me 1 and 4. America. I wish I would hear, we're gonna have a very beautiful and interesting detailing a conversation. Me 1 and 4 have friends here. 2, I got family here. And 3, I have a lot of awards. And yeah, stay to bed where America on my award. The kind of work, my skills of work. A crime me fast me journalism. It will be a simono. America. Oh, universities do America dear. Papa, wait me I search for yourself. Hey, my lecture. Most of the big universities are what America may want. Into Papa Judge. Wow, has I no maya. 1 and 4 how bushawa. Now America abo mabaso several times. Awards more than 50 lecture most of the universities in America. Hey. Then it means America ajimatum. Ha! Kura ajimatum dear. Me was someone meet me the die or emani. That is on one nas the side. Secondly, Omubusan say, what about Ken now what another honum? So when also all these things, it will USA. Give me question will be for from another country in my mijina. Ken no other Kennedy Agyapong eba a USA. So when you want some now see because of these reasons, 1 and 4 where we America do what to any no maybe into would case kwa America near Ken and sway. Other Ken eba a USA. Oh, Papa Dutch. What did you say Ken previously? Now or you US citizen? Oh, US citizen. Same binti. And a man no money to work a because Ghana politics no untimi hodi a citizenship with 2 different countries. There be Yamam Rano and Mahon Kwai. And because of that, Internet Kennedy Agyapong America did him. Send you bet me a focus on your politics are a coso or Ghana he being a politician. Ain't Papa Judge. Basically, Ken or a Ghana need but why a US citizen and so Edda. And that is the first reason into our the Ken ebe PMU ewo America ho. What here pa? And that's Aremeyaw. And secondly, K1ng Ghana or a businessman when it comes to businesses. Oh, companies be briaja or money sika and now we adwuma mano. A man sika ewa brabom. Ewa America. So if Ken is such a big businessman, our war the new media be ewa America halom dia, then definitely. And also mama kwang semi pe baby e de krati e gina ewo mremua. Itimi de ne ba ha. Another reason I ask SRCT is a ben Japadia properties. Aye, Ken, but born a brego America pa a lot of properties. HSA. Yetimi Esamano Emma a US apine and so Emani. Because if you have properties in America, now when you some on these properties, I hear Becca once America, so it means often baby at a chill to a year America. That is why our day a year Ken Agyapong efra eye SS County Court when New Jersey nsemi. What in the bebura ho? Me say, I believe that we are enjoying the show one after the other. Every bit of it, you better take me a kind of shit. Na ye dear mama. Another person, a announcer page no a war Facebook can ko ye interview bi a me gidi say who sa interview no most of the Ghanaian bloggers so mutimi cancel mutimi chichi mu say ana a interview we ana the ken ko gina mu call to a interview be sure say who sa interview no say any pan wa na a ken and no a interview no ono so wants them anas and fry but you see to make sure that this detail in 250 to 300 copies of documents you be transfer short into Yenyi daddy friend, yenyi film yen concentrating on anas and a Kennedy Agyapong. It is a normal way and anas and so itimi ediko tuda ewo a courtroom ho. Chichi muche court and say Papa Judge we num and a mammy to me and mamma in some and so ebe piemu ewo US ya. Kokwana say waba obe pro a yen and 10 time emu. Now I have some a more interesting court in ebusa a anas and then the lawyers. What kind of say? But the second question, and they say, why courts again? Why courts again? On say, when you go to court at home, and some number two, you know what you be out to change some because I was seeing and some non snow. I got a sub one toucher. See, Benyan and Snow, one day I was about. The first question, of course, was asked at the International Americano. Shannon. And yet the same as question we are able to it's two different. The in America, okay, we were for saying say, Ken is where we share for Ken, our businesses, and uncle had the in the court case no about America. Now this question is had the in a court case BM because ye didn't some of ye our Ghana high penny so High Court, Supreme Court had the in a court case BM. Since you want me to see the entire day in some about America, but had the in a court case. Sema ye die anas osande ba eye court. Now here no anas echemu two parts. First part no ye murem ye hwe eye senior wosi bua court no anas edema court ne say the main reason why I was start the case ni biem and our the case no abre America by any say Kennedy Agyapong akekan sembi e wo interview bi mu. That interview that he had with Mr. Amwakunwa Ghana bloggers no honkwa no mutimi chichi no more play video no anas etim so say that particular video no inti ana the Kennedy Agyapong Kennedy Ohene Agyapong abegine mu e SS County Court e de na na video nim chiemu say in the video no ken keka ensem bia ensem ne man realize yes one sa na enye ken no ni nenya e Supreme Court any High Court ho ken keka ensem to say amomu NPP for Mokrana na me kwamamo enye me ho ana de so those referrals Ken was making I'm sure some was that video anymore because the documents are many and so person heard that video no me personally I'll be surprised who that video no truly to be frank because I circulated per year but I don't have video no I will try to leave a link after this video I will share now what that video no that was the first aspect out of the first part no answers are anas edema a year judge no what you say that particular video no in same your kika wom and I make MPP for na make one more and omo yes me nyina mu na me anas no me nche ne yasakaka so anas ne chere say that video ni man realize he say enyo ne Kennedy Agyapong and na enya na mum oni MPP aban and na enya because Ken state here categorically clear say oku ama eye MPP we the man anas eto so edi chie mu chie court ne say if say na Ken kwama MPP dia then e man nyansa mu no ohunu efili say he was fighting with a certain government, a government in power, political party and aban was what I want to chia judges ni will be a hacker and no anas oh if I'm about to say no and you see the appearance of anas Aremeyaw anas how they go PM court one so there's akwano they say oh yeah drama king ankasa oh yeah drama queen drama king ankasa dressing the appearance bi a oh yeah wine we are osu a obesu bi ha so now I have a street like a dear man suiting the situation send a home anas Aremeyaw and the Ghanaian bloggers all this aspect dramatic aspect a sama story here very entertaining no they are not detailing it it me dey be am try make out say what the time K1ng Ghana wa WhatsApp because We don't rush in things. We are not in competition with anybody. The people who cannot beat me, I judge him, me as Antony to unpair myself. Tribalism near the other MPP call opposition. Account for it should be one. You know a yes before any account for dry and won't that. If you want to see this laugh between the Northern and the Ashanti, I may say Kozungus, maybe it's a Tafu Zungu. Koneko has the Enya Shimuni, any Asantini father for Zungwa. Omonamfan, Omutimidia grossa the bonko crow. There is no way I'll make or be introduced someone. We bet him see if you have if you had Omuya for simple. Politics to sound normal winning actually. It is nonsense. You can judge me, King Ghana MPP fine. I don't give a damn about that. That is my choice. Say they want so choice. No. But we shouldn't allow politics to disintegrate what Yananam have built, and they keep building. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that. Open credit now when I King Ghana and the Kenyans as a natural. Dear Yene, what time honey, and he say honey. Tia Nyansa. The Nipa now say because of politics, into the end is new no. On cancer Nyansa, some Mametia be teaching Muchino. What's a semblance? When it comes to detailing related to court issues, be our platform we have to be higher number one. I'm telling you. Our time for Dontana said Ghana for politics. I have a choice. You have your choice, but don't judge me because of say we do a political party. You can judge me during politics. Yeah, the politics waiting here. But apart from that, business is BTC. Topics BTC in same as your court. No, yeah, politics. You can't someone send it here. And you know what? I brought for now. I'm church and damo. Tie, nyansa na mebe catch you. Be into us. Na ensane ense mu no kure no ento anase chiem say because of say or realize here say he was dealing with the government no power do feel say the judgment or the verdict a peer free court for buy no enye no kure no me ka asem no tie pa because say many MPP aban na enya say the Kennedy Agyapong C0URT e wo ono an interview sui e dia MPP aban so na wotumi wono na etua judges ika e dey no muntimi kan judges no monye so papa judge wa American I was dealing with a party na ban e was so and not this man. So because of that the judgment of Supreme Court any high court e rule any nyina no I do not trust it. Me trust it enunti ana me say ye ma adwen say me de sem no be sa court to be say na me trust it. And I K1ng Ghana sa anka madwe ma so nka medi so na magi atum se me kro mu mra final say court na say verdict ni a me anas nka magi atum but for Ken to make reference say a sitting government and na wo kwa man na dey me trust judges no the judges e bia e bit me possible say no more ka asem no kra amaye MPP because president bit me afa phone one call per hey asem no ndi maken e dey na besi into one trust say just because of the words I can make here in that video. Another thing that Anas as I list here be the 12 say in the year 2015 September or the expose be by as I expose no it was about JGCB and name punch home komobi so be kaisa conversation wa Anas popular expose be a babon tears any Ghana judges so maso ye she say nkwan ni nyina say Anas etimi I find out say omokra no sa no ma bibro mo ye no Ghana won nye fe de wo hia ne so be pay aponche edi sika kakra omo be di wasma ma kama ama se ne wo hwehwe nsem ni nyina no enso etimi akowafa na sa expose no wono Anas no o feel say ye some time ago no edokra betimi a generate hatred ama Ghana judges no wo chichi mu wo di nti o de asem ne sa court no another thing Anas here smart. Another thing I want to announce the list to court wonu. Since I expose no the buy about judges. A call viral 2015 in the month of September. And you see judges be akwaje mponche akoyesi akodi asem no. Judges ni be feeling yes say o mani mu gu ase. E me ebinom kra fa ho bekaya. Ebinom fa ho kra no maduro wuye because na ni gu ase ni video no ko viral dodo. and to gidi say sa na expose no e ba abonten in the month of 2015 no September no kra betimi create a history de bia ma no e wo Ghana judicial system nim as a judge bia obehu ono anase na asem say pimo court bia no ene say oditia anase henie so no man feel say the judgment or the verdict court ni rule on that previous cases high court supreme court no sa normal way e betimi lead to say ye ni nsem ni ntia wo no anas Aremeyaw anas and when you know anas say or deduct most of the reasons why our nsem no esa copy more court bi no e free a year in Japan the interview granted e wo e dada Fred sa na man for Fred e sa man no interview e Kennedy Agyapong no omo friend daddy Fred e di omo the friend no daddy Fred it na say the tough abo mu nyina no that interview the party and onya the reason as to why it was or the nsem no esa court. Another thing in the interview what they say Kennedy Agyapong ekeka nas okum China for we wudini we kromfo we mpabone for na Ghana for kwa nye serious nya asem we ni kwansen ke man na ntia we think hwehwe do na ye tia no we good citizen and a whole lot of things say lead to trend what you say nsem a wono no Kennedy Agyapong kan ya we gina so de ne call court several times a wono announce the din kokuo sa nsem no na Kennedy Agyapong say repeat here during a interview no with a daddy Fred no no so can be I can't say maybe had na awokọ na baby asa akoka biem Kennedy Agyapong had na awosai koka biem so awosai akoka biem dia that's why they work why could any it was say asa do go court for because build new audience wo mo betan here ono anas obetimi any bone wo metimi pursue in a certain way even good or bad with him for these reasons ono anas asa den some I'm sure you're enjoying everything. But share relaxing. So what no abra. I catch all the documents a dorsal. Hey, pause with TV, no. They could pay glass. Be what I say. For wine kakra boom. Jelly was zip on our head. As I say, K1ng Ghana kakra relax. We any pressure move be and far pressure and found. What did I make catch on us? He didn't come on now you share because I'm sure you really want to know what really transpired in SS County. And that is why K1ng Ghana Mtiasa Mechichu. I said, what do you know, wine is no one. It should be actually. But I say, go minimum. Maybe, yeah. And yeah, fine. So, me and to and some. The second part of it, or me catch or say, Nkomono Mugumu 2 parts. The first part, Machichumu. The second part, I reflected the first part, last aspect, I'm the Maui. Say no kuku ni power, your cromfo, or your wudini, or your this and that. Now, Ananas, I shall say, Ocean. I will call to her. Say, in some I can't kick a fan. Come down for me, some money in a yena. Now, Ama says, the bush and watch a crown, we are especially American home, the number for maybe a way you made you. Most of the companies or no my human. There's an animal was a hating in a whole lot of ways. The number for whom say, when Papa because Ken. Etimi defaming to the sense and nipa hu no anase or ye bunsem bi kra magana sa no ma we nyina some of the damages Kennedy Agyapong akoso or no anas na brabom here the anas Aremeyaw anas the killer boss me say was come me find anim no nto screen so na ehu ni ye say na bia obetimi imagine dressing your dress we nye anim pa o your makeups and not saying this. Now, American man, and now I'm saying the law no or you're blind. Not blind, say, or you're born here, or you're blind in the form of say. So, what's in the pure more cause, and your appearance near Besham make judgment. Evidence that pronosword, and no, and a year very important. In this open dress, who had a by wasem. If that is how you want to dress to please the court or the judge, wasem. And that is why it was allowed, say, Anas and Resisi. A Ghana man, especially, same PM High Court. I say, High Court judge, no Crow Ghana, Honor to meet in 70 and just because of Anas near wine, so or no, so on finding him on my court. But I said, so because of the appearance, it meet in 70 and Ghana. It was part of the factors that led to so Ulusu the case. But in America, no much said these things do not work. Evidence and facts are the important, not an appearance. So let me continue here. And now addressing here that screen issue. That was how the courtroom issue. Name Rofi, Ehene nim. Now what say? Say, dear Ken, no. ama de ebobo pa no so ne dwuma ene no ma esen ne namfo epono na busua aye disappointed in him no ha na brabo etete no and that's Aremeyaw. And that's, in fact, and that's, they say, on your drama queen or your drama king. And Kasa. It's ha, and an ass, a soon muno, or the twasso, Emma court the say. Court way, Estremo, Munkin say me, Namunka, Emma me. Aha, na me no, my master me perceive a court trial bia. What as I say? Trial means what a trial, my mentor I say. Layman's definition, I mean, come from Kakrama. As a change and say, judge ni benya but charge evidence a fifi nsemu ansan we yi aten no ni kuo bia e from jury 1 or 2 3 4 5 people bia court no nko antimi ntransen kasem nsem no mu no betie jury no omo ye nipa te se meni omo ye nu betena nsem ni mu atie bi omo nye anas na busuafo anas ken na busuafo ometie nsem ni bi na wo mo tumire kakra ko gina ba bi say a minute aduasa anas whatever the time is akosusu nsem no ho ne omo tie ye no evidence court from both sides na bi ne ho say asemi ye ndima tuntum no anas ko ne nsem no ye tie mu no ye nto aba mo modwen say ede ne enye so eye jury no enye muaye a omo de command judge no judge di timi gina so edi nsem no say na court tena so ka asem no emane ye de ekosi ye na sa detail no eno the cost why friend say ensem no court trial because we more detailing he evidence to talk but ono anasa me ya anasa no ono no this room kasa no ka che court say ono kwa don person ensem no be court trial o person ensem no court ne trans no oka no summary judgment and as a summary order eno na court ne fan ka now the summary of judgment as I explain ni na say amuna mu ho court no ono anas no e believe say papa judge etie ensem no mu gie efi ono anas ne sign ene ken sign obetimi the judgment aba abra ensem no enko eye trial bia it no say court ne hwe na wo ma summary judgment enso nye dey enye adwuma sada no ema no abra wo no to anas no osu eni ade ene honom no na suo no mo de to aso se court ne tena so na se the summary judgment ne ba na se ebe ko ono anas ne favor anas no ehia eno manum se Kennedy Agyapong etua no eho ka what asem na se aha na ma enkomo no ko ye $30 million na Kevin Taylor ntimi nchirichiri mu say ye day na sika ne $30 million na ebe da ne $80 million the reason no ana me betena na ma chicho mu was because of say anas etche court ne say eno manum bi ana opese Kennedy Agyapong etua ho ka jawa wode wono no afam no who pa and it was a presumed damages no so beji a $5 million dollars and also special damages $10 million actual damages $5 million and also punitive damages and also $10 million okay kabuma that is $30 million plus say obeshe court says Ken etua says kan nyina evia hwe na Kennedy Agyapong ankwatena be bia ambo no anas ne din eda the way na say court na twi nsem no mu na so person mo kan sem no ma na ono de wode ahobrasi mu ebe accepted that is $30 million plus a restraint a sick Kennedy Agyapong kwan so bebo anase din e wo baby na hanom ana Kennedy Agyapong ne pon kwate ye ana so ran papa je akọ ye trofo sa abo we fe na last o ye trofo se anas kasa me imagine baby edifam no oboa when I say Ken say it can be say a Ken and in the lawyers and a say and I can lawyer and a say and I can and a say because a two pass once a year and that's in the lawyers and I can't and the lawyers. I'm summarizing everything for you so that be very simple amount. Now could do baby what me and you chere say Ken case not as a chere in what is I'm not saying. And so Ken actually mo say hey I'll probably true for so what cancer me ma could dina baby Eddie Femuno. You know create be ada. And you know create me ko jam baby any Femuno because this someone no dina how okay can. This is a matter as time we from 2018 to 2021. Papa Jet. Then someone who announced me refer to say no and a man in some PM or court no bois man canasa. Me can man canasa. Everything that I said in that particular interview, during that particular interview, it was just said me dropping opinions. I been check. It's in some court I can't every data. I don't know me make shama. I was not claiming everything. I was not stating some na me check opinions. And truly, media attempt, but so be the attempt any defamation ewa America. And just say me say will be because according to America, mo ankasa mo mra a ewo New Jersey hanom. a trace see a cat defamation was somewhere. And the attempt defamation it would New Jersey, Momrem. Indeed. So what can say me defaming by insulting near the divinity and I'm swayed. Cromphone or semi friendly and I didn't any insult. Insult is not part of a law. I friend say it protected a people from defamation. And count. Indeed, a judge. And same year or better than so I became. Our ha, moment anymore. So no my way. A defamation. The court realized it's true. Insulting somebody and it's a express your opinion. Any defamation. So here the case was going well for Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Yes, because the lawyers of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, they were so damn good to the sense now it's showing in it, I know my hair called very bad, a man bad. Another point I can Japan, and the lawyers since I drop your crown is so tactical, brilliant, and they say, okay, Papa Jet. New Jersey, who maybe a matter terminal say the statute of limitation. Now the statute of limitation, a book will be also. New Jersey has a statute of limitation, and they say so. Be the film will be a year January after 12 months. No, I said no. Nipa the court was intimate maybe. Nipa no to me say ordain 70 court and sign 12 months. Aso 12 months as well. To me be anywhere nipa bet me agina so. Edi obi akoko so with the film no. Mo statute of limitation is sign a check. And I judge me boy. Another killer beat. Kennedy Agyapong. The lawyers no more drop it. I don't know. And there's a court in this fairness. Yeah, it's true. It's true. And okay. So and someone also can interview this why happened on the 7th of September 2021. I will share a fear year cast yeah, some no a chum. And I even grass I will share a year more than some PM and so our SS County one more. That is 2022 no grand front. That's how 12 months and that's a feno a chum. You know the statute of limitation no I can't or no anas no. I feel also TN7 or no anas better than the court no Baba Judge. Statute of limitation I cannot. Entungu a chum 2021 to 2022. Baba Judge, emu and 2018. Pano answer or some 2018, 2019, 2020. Baba Judge to go. And Kennedy Agyapong's lawyers almost some fancy wow must have to say. Eja judge tie even in some our kind of crowd platform no se mekan ipa do saying and take us an ekana so we're referring to the same audience Ghana for no ana no mo kasa ya kan sam no Ghana bi dey ba sem gi and again the medium no original kan sam it was through the internet no kai from 2018 wa ABC 2021 no kan so eja dey different in the same case and no announce the person dey be PM court in some ya kan we no person sa dey be PM court and announce say debi say Mama had you and our away or the bedina baby in Quasimina. Papa Jet, win him, Obwa. Audience now come once. It's not the same audience. Previous audience living now can some more Ghana. Wait, Aquana or no near can to interview or no kennel. Or no to America. People in America, any American some. A different audience. It's not the same situation. It's the same issue but different situation. Secondly, say an American of course they are then a new audience. So the account was so good, many masters say, the audience were in Ghana this time. I asked them to America, once America, interview in America. So America, a new audience, it makes the issue different. So Papa Jet, Montana and some knows Namon Kamamina way, and for in fact, we a new state cry and so what I said, Papa Jet, Obwa, and some local will refer to say the past issue would rather be a new case in the court in a chair. Now, Omon can some nama or no anas. It's Anna Judge news said, and come with a pound for pound. I had to say, a hair hit. The way back can be a way to me counter. Like, seriously. On why I expect to say no a top sour. But and come on your top. In fact, and come on your top. So the judge looking at this situation, he was like, no, damn. This have to go to trial. Until he had a summary judgment and answer the summary order. Now anas looking for see a Kenyan can some Tihani Tiania. Judge nature said, "I same way ya sama itiaka." I was a court trial. So, the judge denied Anas summary judgment. But so the summary order, no, the judge denied Anas Aremeyaw Anas. Say Omoma and some and call a trial. And the evidence. Now a jury met in them. Negin yintin seminum papa evidence nimu. Now the issue going to a trial. Aha. And Anas a catch a court no any judge no I say share Se judge ne pese omo tin nsɛm no ase ya because hana na se hu se ne tu twiba. Se judge ne pese omo tin nsɛm no ase eyie pa. What they have to do they say omo translate the content of the interview no. Our Honorable Kennedy Agyapong essay one can say I was just opinions and insults and rather when you just do not turn those things as defamation no can say court need to translate the content of that particular interview no and a court ni be so no anas Aremeyaw anas obre na nsem ni nyina ken ene ne lawyer no oman wo den omutwa dey eto so here the judge was like, oh okay sasa na wo ka dia ya be say because mun sama mo ka dia hu ne wo ka no correct because say here den nsem dey come mistrial ya ka say mistrial means court no na judge ne trans say me so hu say there is an error tnie amafo chichi mu different there is an error and I say nsem no we ni we ka no up till then no can some na omunya final and as a verdict bia then the case have to go for another trial and then your friend miss trial. What I said, in most cases situations are judge ni feeling say e bia we evidence and I we evidence of final day about error ewum intimi mwa emfa verdict man no was okay and you become miss trial means another trial maybe at that day in nsem no kra no the two asheda. Now during the miss trial no jury on bampo no a new set of jury previous jury. That is the meaning of a mistrial. So as the case was heading towards a mistrial, said Judge who said, Master, we evidence in claim. Me feel it's errors, baby. Me enquire another trial and I say baby sado. That is when Anas was proposing say, Mama yen translate a interview no, that's our interview no and same womb. Mama yen translate you, Mama yen translate. So the judge accepted it. I repeat, the judge accepted it. Said you better translate. So they called Mr. Kobina Ampa, a certified translator. Again, an Iba, Pio, Juma, our New York State Court. Mr. Kobina Ampa, oh no, and a better translator was a kai. And make sure interview ye Ken, and Daddy Fred, no interview, no machine ye, the match, actual. So he did his job. Yes, in fact, he proved that a certified translator for the New York State court. Or in some court, the jury, judge, court no, and him or translating saying and some no. Share jury ni share mono, and a jury ni say, hey, from A to Z. Why wouldn't Kennedy Agyapong C0URT kasa? Akwe kasa. Listen, someone walking in and say, what his opinions? It was so raw like that. In fact, the court was shocked. The jury, and the jury, no, and who say, hey, and same way, not just even insulting opinions, no, this is 100% defamation. So, jury, no, I'm mobile, and $18 million in common. Say, show the translation. I won't say Japan. Hey, what defame me and asking too much. Some of our cannon, you know, you meet me. I am on Canaan and say 30 million and asked Ibisano, but it is a kind of some about $18 million. And one will meet me a name this kind of reward an idiot. Pay the damages are monocran or realize from the interview or second Timothy $18 million. And my anas. Now, judge, you know, who's had you know, a whole Anna or Becking Kai and someone a jury, you know, at the bread. And I'm sure someone who aired that video in here at the moment there, the judge was reading verdict from the jury out with the bread. No, that is the $18 million. Now, I'm sure someone who video, no, say, we know, and security all over here, the internet. I'm for far that particular portion. And these videos are a leaky in a announce Aremeyaw announce no and it can't at the better one. You see what court why you internet announce no and a what the Bible after realizing said jury no can some I'm a wedding with him because the judge was like if the jury no cry who say same mood and in fact me I cry no the other blame no can he and say mood defame me I'm afraid I will defame me here for sure. Well then let me reward these things to hear and answer me. But $18 million. I know what. But Senator said that aspect of the judge realizing say $18 million na ano den. It was after Agyapong lawyers as I saw the yebim. It created another motion charges a day. $18 million a day. And yes, sir, Nanka judge no or closing 70 in a or dropping all the judgment in the verdict and the charges in the called it to cancel. And I can't. Lawyers, sorry, yes, there be. I didn't know then. $80 million. So, judge no conclude yes, say. And no, there will be no mistrial for a year the verdict, you know. They can't change your verdict. Say yet and some so I said why they did for and why they did be. There will be no mistrial. I know the Amakevi. Translation of course no crime who say Ken, would you for what defame me and ask Aremeyaw and ask. Aha, it may wow for would you for. Name the aspect of a year the damages needed. Me and crime here anymore. Wait, say to ya. Also side can side no chase untia says a mood tinny be found. So then there is an error of a year defending and answer evidence. Why is it that you can't pay that money and why is it that you want that money? A whole lot of things. That is when there was a mistrial. No amount for teaching. So the mistrial, but shall normal you in the beginning of the video. Say a whole another video, yeah, maybe they bring away details and libel about see. Verdict any a year defamation. Now, about Baby say verdict, no, there's nothing so with the assembly and nas a dipim. Then when it comes to a year damages, what's a ken, it yama and nas nedia. Sikano emudu. Tiwama a year ken any team, Aquenya. After almost chesses Sikano Sonodon, one more Maquenya, 30 days. So I'm preparing crowd tabi. A metric, you would yank your mundimintia a SS Sikano, but there's a file a emotion on that. Now I'm transfer and share. You met me, I found. But as for the verdict, dear, truly, no mistrial. It is all in somewhere, the moon crab and a macacho. Remita, say a betty sicanos no, and with the amount 30 days. Omonco, Omonco preparing crate, woman, and 1 year somewhere in Ora. And a court says there be. Monkona monco yeno, a one crata, true, and Pambrebe. Say that mobiti near you. And currently, as I'm talking to you, it is circulating. One of the members of the team of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, Ohene Agyapong, Eddie Ababa says, Omuntia die, Omuntia Kubu, Omuntia She, and Ma Anas, and in the team. And as in the team, Zoom Pesica, they should forget it. They ain't gonna pay any damn money. Yes, let me put that one on the screen. A year, members of a year, Kennedy Agyapong on the team, no, Mubako, Anna on okay. If we deny no Timika, even $1 for Munchia, Emma announced. Sabram no can say I can 27, 28 days. Court in the better a year that is the remittance so, or better not so, remittance process no so. See a better Sicano so and Nasi and Tissicano so. But as for why they did them, why they did for the day, and Nas Aremeyaw and Nas Eddie a year and 7 no more in Queenim. It you know, I wish you a more beer and Tanabia. In try a year and drop and you waiting in summer is here and war a year court war and when you can make trim match will answer about. I'm sure so you enjoyed every bit of the detailing. I'm the Abesumo dear me. So Abra can copy show you the bugu with him. Is your wine and was the big crowd as I say. Now him before I make call them, I'm in for chat for almost see a dean same maybe no can say Honorable Agyapong feel so case. Sama you say encore mistrial. I then I can. I been so case. A dear man of him. Sissika won't try one. The team no answer as won't try $1 crowd. And now Aremeyaw and us now compare one sem. To me be anywhere my quiet saying same is for courts no. Courts and my quiet even judging him the carbon thing. And I say pray. The can't say me maybe a buama no money deal. I hope pressure from people and how a person Ghana for who say with Timmy Kennedy Agyapong. Or share videos now across social media handles. And judge, you know, let him do videos in him. Hey, a DNA could see. So now, currently, as I'm talking to you, I got 27 days. And I remit process no. And one seven was a court as last normal car. Say better sican so and ain't sican so. Maybe I bet I could do an idiot. Hono be people later, my better than I can watch show. Nemo, what is really going to happen is Kennedy Agyapong and then the lawyer is going to make another case. Because if so over sharp lawyers, they can do something. I bet the whole case now and ask Aremeyaw and ask so. Had dainty and I'll video judge in the name. including Kennedy Agyapong no the name. Am I alright ana? When am I alright? Say for court or what is going on inside? Currently, that is what Kennedy Agyapong and any team build on. And same way do. And some no I yet tell you what. At the end of the back we see. Ken. Semity Henry. Eba be papa and similar. Actually, it will be our cousin some no. Omen DMV and as I say, Nipan Oboa, Mudivie, and Nas Eddie Kudim. Now, a best catia no say a better swan as a babeca honor. A ho and a young Ken ye. The catcher sends similar to verdicts and air damages. Verdict no, aba, and as a dinkudim. Damages no, charges no, rewards no. Aye, de ma a anas no. A honaka, a better so. Nasicano, ye de be, a become ho. Enqua and a mistrial and your verdict. Emum the man seven. Yet it's a kakai. I am TRCCC and it's a what is Ken going to do? A brand team. I shall see a fireback. So we show $18 million. A Dino Mudraso. A nice video not about out. The Tiamra, our America. We know that. Court on some. JJ and Mudiba want can be finally be beyond. $18 million. You better tell and I can't be 18, no, so you baby. Yeah, Buana, 23 or 100 million. Yeah, that's a tactical and go for the tocado. Pound for pound. In case of any updates, I can message you on our next video. My crowd.
K1ng, oh boy, Juma, we did the Jacob. So now see commentary or social media, no style of blogging, fantastic. So you see commentary, news in the bar. So you see commentary for home. So good. Keep on going.
And the Ostar also the Ebema other tribe a flow. Uni sorted. Undia temni. That's how becano. It's so painful. I know shit. I don't know. Say commentary like or you as a presenter, sports presenter that they are. And we need maybe a question free a bit. It's all good. Oh yeah, the K1ng, K1ng will try.